I learned to fly here. I got my pilot's license in mid '80s, and then the mayor then wanted to know if I would serve on the board and the airport board, which I agreed to do. And then I stayed on the board several years. The mayor wanted me to step in and take the management over for really just a short period of time for Mr. Nordmeyer. I agreed to take the management slot and for the board and the city, and that was 20-something years ago. So right now, with the agreement we've got with the fixed base operator here, you can get we got both kinds of fuel. We got avgas and jet fuel. These guys are doing full maintenance, annuals on your airplane, and they're able to sign them off, which means he's got an A&P license, which is airframe power plant, and then once they do work, he can sign it off as an authorized inspector. You can get all that done here. He's chartering aircraft. If you need, say, someone dies in your family and you need to go somewhere quickly and you can't get a airline ticket, we've got he's got 3 or 4 airplanes from small to twin engine larger that we can use here and take people on private charters. There's flight instruction. If you want to work on your getting your pilot's license, that can be done here. That's really very rare for just a small municipal airport to have all those services. And of course, if you've got a plane, we've got, like on the ramp, this plane sitting here, we've got tie downs, which are free. If you come in here at night and want to just leave your plane, tie it down, there's no charge for that. But we have 2 hangar buildings. Right now, all of them are full. We're totally rented, but we've got 20 hangars that you can rent, put airplane in, and that's quite good service for a municipal airport. Private pilot, instrument-rated pilot, if you file a flight plan to Brewton, you have to know the weather on the field. So we've got a weather reporting station for that, and that's somewhat unusual. Evergreen has one, but it's in the National Weather Service system. Ours is private. It's owned by the city and maintained and run by the city. This is our fueling area. We got a ramp out here that the reason all this is low, they call that under wing. Now, that smaller plane, the wing won't go over it, but any large planes, jets and whatever, they can actually turn and the wing will pass over those short pumps. And the cabinet on the right is the jet fuel, and the one on the left there, it says avgas 100. That's avgas. Say they've left Houston. I'm just make that up because that happens quite often. Say they left Houston and they're going to Fort Lauderdale. Most planes would have to have fuel. Not your bigger like jets, but your single and light twins would need fuel. And Brewton's kind of on the pathway. Brewton is one of the ones they might stop here just to get fuel for that trip, because a lot of them won't fly over the Gulf. They'll dogleg to Cross City VOR, which is about where you would hit I-75 on 10. You'll fly to there and then make a turn and go down into the state rather than cutting across the Gulf. If you're not twin engine, most single engines won't cut across the Gulf for safety.
Is the fact of the size of Brewton, the fact that it is a smaller airport, is it kind of a convenient stop for fuel like that instead of coming into a larger airport?
Oh, absolutely. They can stop here. They could stop here maybe in half the time it would take to go. Say they were going to stop at Pensacola Regional, which you could stop in there and get fuel, but you're mixed in with all that air carrier traffic, and it's going to take you much longer to do that. And the fuel price is probably more. Along the coast there of Fort Walton to the other side west of Pensacola, you've got Eglin Air Force Base, Herbert Field, you've got Pensacola Regional, and then you've got Naval Air Station Pensacola. The traffic, that is a controlled amount of traffic. And say you want to come out and you had a small plane like this one, and you want to take a little spin, maybe you want to take your grandchild, let's just go out on Saturday evening or Sunday. It's very hard to do in that environment. You have to have a flight plan. You got to be talking to the tower, and it's somewhat dangerous just to be flying around in that environment. So most of those people, when they crank up, they come north. So a lot of them just decided to come and rent a hangar at Brewton and other places, and stay up in this area where when you decide to fly here, this is in non-controlled airspace. You don't really have to talk to a tower. You've got to be safe, you know, as they used to tell me, see and be seen. But you're in non-controlled airspace, and it's very easy to come and go from Brewton, where it's not. If you go very much south, it's a whole different animal down there.